Over the past couple of years, as I've been working on understanding myself, I'm now aware that every relationship throughout every stage of my life has been affected by adoption, by the way I show up, by the wounds I hold. They all come through. In the way I adapt like a chameleon to the groups of people that I'm with. I'll sit back and observe what's going on in a group and how I can show up as not too much, as not too little, just to be right, just to fly under the radar. That way I can avoid being rejected or abandoned. And this goes through every stage of my life. I know that I've been impacted by the words that were spoken to me as a child, that the way adoption was framed to me, that my mother loved me so much that she gave me away, has affected my perception of love and permanency. And if my own mother wasn't there for me, how will anyone else ever be? That my self-worth and the belief that I'm not good enough affects how I show up. That I'll choose attachment over authenticity any day. As a child, attunement was missing in my adoptive family. I would often hear, why can't you be more like? This reinforced the feeling that I wasn't enough. That who I was naturally was never going to be enough for my adoptive parents. I started people pleasing at a very young age, putting other people's needs and wants before my own. I internalized my feelings and my thoughts because I didn't want to upset people. I didn't want to be rejected or abandoned. That if I did what they wanted, they'd keep me around. When I entered reunion, I felt like I was being forced to make a choice, to choose and prioritise my adoptive family out of loyalty and obligation. And I shut down my true feelings and thoughts once more. Because I wasn't speaking up for me, I felt like I was living a double life for so long. But in the last couple of years, in looking at the impacts and how it's been a lifelong journey, I recognise that it's time for me to speak up and be authentic, to show up as the real me, to put myself first and what I want. Because for so long, I've shut it down. But now I know the path forward for me is to be authentic and to speak up for what I truly want and need. I learnt to people please at a very young age, to put other people's wants and needs above my own. I took on their beliefs. I took on what they told me. I internalized how I was really feeling because I wanted to ensure that I wasn't going to be rejected or abandoned again. But in looking at the impacts, the lifelong impacts of adoption over the last couple of years, I've come to see that I need to put myself first and my own needs first, that I need to show up and be the authentic me, that being honest and vulnerable and speaking about my experience and the fact that it does actually begin with loss shouldn't be too much.